mean to all of us. And therefore, when these products are such important for our survival as a people, as a nation, as communities, it is very important that the correct information pertaining to all these products and the issues surrounding them need to be told correctively, objectively, and also responsively. And I therefore want to thank KenGen for initiating this very important project of Energy Excellence Journalism Awards. Basically, an initiative to encourage journalists and the media to give the right story. Because as we all know, the media creates perception. The media informs the public and creates perception. And the perceptions also create the perspectives within the people. Perspectives are a derivative of the perception. And finally, the reality is a derivative of the perspectives. So in essence, perceptions define the reality. When we talk about a subject in a certain way and keep talking about it, whether it is real or not real, it eventually becomes the reality. And I would request my good friends in the media to sometimes be reflecting and looking at the glass half full, not half empty. You know, we have very good stories. P.S. Adro has highlighted some of the very good stories that we have, including even the falling petroleum prices. But we don't see any story about the falling petroleum prices, and they have really fallen. But we are just waiting. We are just waiting for the prices to start going up and really talk about it. So we need to balance and get the two stories highlighted so that we can also create a nation of hope. You know, if we talk so much about the negative things, we are creating a nation of hopelessness. But we can try and create a nation of hope. And when we create a nation of hope, it is good for all of us. It's good for our children. It's good for ourselves. It motivates all of us. You know, there are times when bad stories are told until people feel like they don't need to be in the offices. They would rather pack up and go. Because they are making efforts. They are trying to do their very best. But the perspectives created is that they are not doing their best. So we need to drum up some good things about our country. We need to give hope to our children, ladies and gentlemen. We need to encourage them. We need to motivate them. We need to show them that there is hope way ahead. And I'm not saying that we don't talk about the negative stories. Sometimes it helps to highlight bad stories because it also helps preemption and prevention. But let's be hopeful also as we give these bad stories. I acknowledge that 19 awards is quite a diverse distribution of all issues pertaining to energy and petroleum. And I would just appeal to the institutions in both sectors to support this program in the same spirit that KenGen has supported this very important program. Because remember we said these two products, they really impact on the lives of Kenyans. They really contribute to the socio-economic development of our country. So let the correct story be told about them, so that that big impact they have on the society will be reported correctly. Where we have challenges, let's highlight those challenges. Let us tell Kenyans to support the programs that we have. Let the communities, wherever they are, support our programs. Whether it is oil which we are drilling, coal, wherever we are drilling, geothermal, whether it is transmission lines that we want to traverse through various places, I think it is important for us to look at what we call the common good of all these developments. How these developments impact on us as a nation. And therefore, I appeal to the media to highlight some of our challenges and go further to appeal to Kenyans to support these programs. Because we cannot develop our nation unless we as communities, we as a people support these programs. KenGen have, I don't know, so many megawatts of steam somewhere, and I don't know when we are going to exploit that steam because of these challenges. Ketraco have got lines incomplete which could transmit power from Okaria to coast and displace what we call the thermal fuels or fossil fueled generators, and therefore reduce the cost, what we call the fuel cost charge. But because of some of the challenges we have, that the lines remain incomplete, we need support of Kenyans, we need support of communities, so that we can be able to develop this nation. And these lines, these investments, whether it's generation, whether it is transmission lines, they are a catalyst. Even when they are close to you, they are a catalyst of development. Like today we talk about being endowed with what we call renewable sources of energy in form of wind, solar, and the closer the transmission line is to these resources, the easier, the more cost-effective, the more feasible that we can exploit these critical natural resources. So, let us all support, collect, objective, and responsive reporting. And this is not just the media alone. The media needs the support of the stakeholders. The media relies on the information that we give them, and sometimes we are shy to give the information to the media, or we are uncooperative, and the media therefore has to report. and they end up reporting incorrectly because they have to gather information from unreliable sources. So we also, as stakeholders, we need to take up the challenge of engaging the media, responding to the media, so that the media can be able to generate, collect information, and therefore disseminate the same correct information. I appeal to all of you to support the media in that endeavor and sacrifice some time to engage the media. Don't view them as wasting your time or as interrupting your programs. Make them part and parcel of your programs, because we can do so much, we can try so much, but if we don't talk about it, it is not known to the Kenyans that we are doing that much. It is important that we facilitate and catalyze the media to give information so that Kenyans can know what we are doing. Allow me also to commend the steering committee of Ejea. I know the communication experts of all the parastatals plus the ministry have been congregating to make sure that we are able to start off this program. Even the organization of today's function, thanks to them. So I want to thank that steering committee and the supporters of this very important initiative, and once again appeal to you to support this important endeavor to motivate and incentivize the journalists to give correct, objective, and responsive information about the programs in our sector and the issues that pertain to our sector, and even sometimes lobby Kenyans so that they can support the programs that we have, because we have very many programs useful and beneficial to our dear Kenyans. With those few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I'm now ready and willing to do the launch. And thank you very much for listening to me.
The PS Energy Dr. Engineer Joseph Njoroge will press the button to mark the official launch. So, in how many seconds, Zedi? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, let us go!
The energy sector is a beehive of activity, very vibrant, with a lot of issues. And I think I know what we've had to do maybe to be here today. So we really appreciate the PSs who are with us, the chair of the various corporations, CEOs, senior management, and all the other people who are present. Thank you very much for coming. Members of the fourth estate, we really appreciate you. We know we are partners. I know I get bashed, and the next ritual comes next Monday. And one of the narrative I would like to bring out is the issue of paraffin. I know Andrew did mention a bit about how we would want to look at it in the coming days. And I think the narrative that has been going out there when, for instance, we increase the price of paraffin, the narrative is that we are affecting the poor, that we don't care about them. But I think there is another twist to that issue. And this is the fact that we would all want to improve the quality of life of our people. And those ones who use kerosene in their houses know what that means. When we look at the taxation of paraffin and compare with our neighbors, the bulk of paraffin we believe in this country is actually used for adulteration. That is, either is added to diesel or super petrol because of the differentials in taxation. And that creates problems for you and for the members of our public. When you fuel in a petrol station and maybe you go 100 meters from there and the car stalls, you have problems. And you get these cases, they are reported to us. And of course, if you have to overhaul your engine, it's a major cost. People complain a lot about that. There is also the safety element. About 2 weeks ago, a major explosion occurred in Nakuru. And the whole exercise was undertaken in an illegal facility. And the bulk of the activity was actually dumping of export products. And those ones are not taxed. So people take advantage of that, and the country loses a lot in terms of revenue and also of safety. That facility is very close to a timber